What if I told you that in just 14 minutes, you could gain insights that put you ahead of 97% of people out there? It doesn't require genius, wealth, or a perfect plan, just a willingness to do what other people won't. If you're like me and come from an immigrant family, you may have found yourself playing small or feeling stuck. Feeling like you're meant for something more, but not knowing how to break through. Most people get stuck grinding through life, waiting for the perfect time, or simply focusing on the wrong things. But not you. Just by being here and watching this video, you're already demonstrating the willingness. You're ready to stop playing small and start building the life that you've always dreamed of. In the next 14 minutes, I'm going to share the 5 most impactful lessons that have profoundly changed my life in my relationships, my mindset, and my money. This is exactly how you start and leap ahead with ease. Let's get into it. Number 1, don't choose the wrong partner. Let's kick this off with a foundational and essential truth. You cannot build an empire, cultivate true wealth, or create a life with purpose with someone who fears your growth. If you choose a partner who is threatened by your success or achievements, it will cost you more than you can ever imagine. Let's be honest, money represents power. If you agree with me, hit that like and subscribe button. If your partner is uncomfortable with you having either one, they will knowingly or not sabotage your growth and journey. I see it all the time. It starts with a tone of love and concern. Why are you working so much? You need to relax. You don't need to take that promotion. You're always so stressed. Or, I don't want you to worry about the money, so I'll handle everything. You should just quit. We don't need the money. The truth is, the people closest to you, especially your spouse or partner, will shape the majority of your thoughts and your reality. Nothing can truly sabotage your life more than a partner who resents your success. Your growing success can make them insecure, shift dynamics, and represent freedom and more options for you, which they might not like. That being said, the right partner will celebrate you, multiply your success, and actively help you grow. The wrong one will subtract you from yourself. The wrong one will make you dull your own light in order to make theirs shine brighter. Building wealth, building anything worthwhile is already hard enough. You absolutely do not need someone actively sabotaging you, opposing your dreams, and making you feel worse about yourself. You deserve someone who makes your life better, who makes you more confident, who inspires you to reach higher. If this is hitting a nerve, I want you to ask yourself if you're with the right person for your big, audacious goals. Number 2, do what you say. This lesson is about integrity, not just with others, but with yourself. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start that side hustle next month, or I'll save that money this year, or I'll finally get consistent with my habits, and then you don't? Every single time you break a promise to yourself, you erode your own self-trust, your confidence, and your belief in your own ability to achieve. This is a direct pipeline to staying stuck. Your brain thrives on consistency and proof. If you constantly say one thing and do another, your subconscious will learn to not trust your intentions. It's like when you don't use a muscle and it gets weak and smaller. If you stop practicing something, that skill will get weak too. For the longest time, my husband and I were crunching numbers and talking about how we should really invest into real estate. And I'm talking about years, like we were just talking about it for years. Year after year went by, and one day I just pointed out, we've been talking about this forever, and I'm sick of just talking about it. And within a week, we were at an open house, made an offer, and closed in the next month. It was the craziest thing ever because we never really thought it was all going to unfold the way that it did. However, that day, just that decision of honoring our word and keeping the commitment to ourselves, it changed the game for us. That commitment built an incredible foundation of internal self trust. This self trust helps you build that self confidence. And self confidence is knowing that whatever happens, you will be okay because you will always figure it out. You are a person who will do what you say and can be trusted. This newfound self trust and confidence allowed us to take bigger, bolder actions later on. I know from the outside it almost appeared fast and reckless to those watching, but it wasn't because we had been planning and talking about it for years. It was just that we finally decided to do what we said we would do. And I'm not saying you have to go and do something big. I'm saying just do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Start small, but just start. So if you said you're going to meet your friend at brunch at 11:30, be there at 11:30. If you said you would wake up at 6:30 to work out, don't hit that snooze button. Wake up. The act of following through, even on the tiniest commitment, sends a powerful signal to your brain. I am someone who delivers. I am capable. I am trustworthy. This is who I am. This creates your new identity of someone who does what they say they will and who will reach the goals that they set. This internal confidence is priceless for building wealth and a life that aligns with your true desires. Number 3, stop listening to poor people. This might sound harsh, but it's a truth bomb you need to hear. You are taking money advice from people who haven't made money, most likely. And then you wonder why you're stuck. I mean, this is like, would you take fitness advice from someone who's out of shape? Probably not. So then why are you taking financial advice from someone who doesn't have money? However, I don't limit this poorness to actual monetary amounts. I also think you should stop listening to people with a poor and very limited mindset. Coming from an immigrant family, you know that everyone has an opinion. And I would listen, and I would take it all in. But at some point, I realized I had outgrown the advice. Sometimes the knowledge and lessons that got us to where we are today isn't the same things that we need to get to where we want to go. And I'm not saying disrespect your elders or family members, no. There's always a nice way to listen without actually taking the advice. But I'm just pointing out that oftentimes we are outsourcing ideas and asking questions to those around us without really qualifying the individual who we are taking the advice from. Have you ever had that friend or auntie or uncle who you talk to about your ideas and your big goals and they shut everything down? They're like, no way that's going to work, or they almost make fun of you. These people are who I call the dream crushers. Everyone has a dream crusher in their life. Their dreams didn't work, so they don't think yours will either. So stop taking advice from poor people, whether they don't have money or whether they have a limiting mindset. You want to take advice of someone who's traveled the road that you want to go down. They have the house that you want to live in. They make that 6-7 figure income that you dream of. Find those people. Number 4, get comfortable with discomfort. This is one of the secret weapons of successful people. They are very comfortable with discomfort. They don't jump ship the moment things get hard or uncomfortable. This applies to everything, your business, your fitness, your relationships. I think we were all once sold on the idea of the American dream if you grew up in an immigrant family. The idea that, our parents left behind everything, their cultures and worlds, for this great opportunity of a better life. However, I think one of the disillusions that it may have created is that, not for them, but maybe the next generation, is that life should be happy or easy all the time. And so when things get hard or uncomfortable, most people want to run or leave. One time my coach had asked me, okay, let's say you decided you're going to make dinner tonight and you don't have the ingredients. Like, what would you do? And I was like, yeah, I'd go to the market. Then she asked me, okay, well, what if you're going to the market, but you hit a red light? And I just laughed because that's so silly. Of course, I would just keep going. I would just keep driving to the market. Then she asked me, then why would I question all my decisions when I hit a bump in the road with my business? And it's so true. When we hit one snag or 10 roadblocks, we throw up our hands and say, oh, it's me. I'm not cut out for it. Or it's the product. No one wants it. I mean, maybe. Or you could keep going and see what happens and keep pivoting, right? Constantly quitting or leaving when things get hard prevents you from accumulating wealth or achieving your dreams. You don't need to get a new job or business or side hustle. You need to develop a tolerance for the discomfort and frustration that would allow you to break through to the other side. I always remind myself that if it were so easy, everyone would be doing it and it wouldn't be as worthwhile. Don't ask if it's the best opportunity. Ask how you can make the most of any opportunity. The skill of maximizing what's in front of you is far more powerful than constantly seeking the perfect opportunity because a better one will always come around. You want to be the kind of person who can make anything work. You often don't fail because your ideas suck. You fail because you didn't stick with it long enough to navigate the challenges, learn, and iterate towards success. Number 5, take the leap before you're ready. This is probably one of the most terrifying yet liberating lessons. So many of us wait for the perfect moment, for all the stars to align, for every single detail to be clear before we take action. And I am no exception to this rule, especially as an Asian American woman, and I'm sure many of you can relate. I think there's just this unspoken pressure to perform well because our parents may have saw us as a direct reflection of themselves. So we tell ourselves we need more knowledge, more certainty, more money, more time. But here's the secret. You will never be 100% ready. Clarity comes from action, not from waiting. And then one day, you'll wake up wondering where all the time has gone. You might be watching this video, researching, consuming content, but are you acting? Real growth, real wealth, and real fulfillment happen when you step outside your comfort zone. When you bet on yourself, even when the odds feel stacked against you. You got to bring that main character energy. Take the leap, build the bridge as you walk on it, and trust that you have the internal resources to figure it out. Because you do. In the end, staying stuck and feeling poor is easy. You just do what feels good in the moment, avoid hard conversations, listen to unqualified people, and stay in your comfort zone and wait for external validation. But if you truly want to be wealthy with money, meaning, fulfillment, and confidence, then you have to do the opposite of all those things. You must take radical responsibility for your choices and bravely step into the discomfort of growth. So if you're ready to fully reset your life and truly step into your power, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. And if you want to dive deeper into shifting your money mindset, make sure to watch my next video that pops up here.